What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is AkeemHaynes. I'm a two-time Olympian, Olympic bronze medalist, author, motivational speaker, and sports commentator. On my channel, we talk boxing, MMA, track and field, and of course, motivation and encouraging content. If this is something that you enjoy, then I hope that you subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into the video. Derrick Lewis versus Sergei Pavlovich. What do we think about this fight? Let's get into it. Let's talk about Derrick Lewis. Derrick Lewis is coming into this fight 21 KOs. And if you have a few moments on your hands, maybe you're trying to kill some time, check out Derrick Lewis highlights on YouTube. The man has got power. If you've been watching the UFC for a while now, you know what Derrick Lewis is about. You know he's scary with that right hand. However, I have seen some improvements and additions in certain areas of Derrick Lewis's game. He's kicking a lot more. We saw that inside-out trip takedown against Tai Tuivasa. So he's trying to round out his game a little bit, just trying to add some more to his repertoire. But the bread and butter is the right hand and how much power he can generate with each shot. Against Tuivasa, he was doing very well in the first round. He showed us something different. But the more the fight goes on, the more his tiredness starts to show and the more he gets a bit sloppy and the technique that he had to keep his hand up just starts to fade. That's when you can take advantage of him because he's not the greatest defensive fighter when he gets hit. And he gets hit a good amount of times. And we saw that in the last fight. If this isn't a fight that is going to end early, I don't expect Derrick Lewis to be able to put up a fight, to be able to last all of the rounds, right? This is a guy, I think, right now who is trying to get the finish as early as possible, and he's going to take risks to make it happen, and he might sell out to try and make it happen, right? But the longer the fight goes on, the more I don't like any fight that Derrick Lewis is in. Even though it's Derrick Lewis and one shot could close out the show, I just don't think his conditioning is at a level where if the fight goes on past the second or third round, he might find himself in trouble. But let's talk about Pavlovich, right? Against Maurice Green, I found an interview where he said, I'm willing to get knocked out to do something special. That's a very heavy, risky statement that he made. And I'm not sure he's going to make that same statement against Derrick Lewis, who's got 21 knockouts. But Pavlovich, he has got power. He's strong. He's got a good jab. He's got that vicious right hand. And he's going to need that right hand in this one at the right moment. Notice I said the right moment because he has to time this one precisely. He's more patient than he might get credit for. He's a precise and accurate puncher. He's a very good striker. But I think we can also come to the conclusion, if you've watched a bunch of his fights before, that he's pretty one-dimensional, right? I'm not too sure what his ground game is like. He doesn't really go there much. He wants to stand up and strike. That's the game plan. He's got pretty good takedown defense, I'll say, but I don't see this fight touching the ground too much. If it does touch the ground, I could see Derrick Lewis bringing it to the ground. His only loss is coming from Alistair Overeem, I believe is his name. He took him to the ground, landed those power fists, and Pavlovich was out. So maybe Derrick Lewis can take him to the ground and see if he can duplicate the same thing. So for Pavlovich, here's the thing. Against Derrick Lewis, you have to pick, right? Either you're going to fight from a distance or you're going to fight from in close. But you don't want to fight that middle ground. You don't want to stay in that pocket with him where he can be in reach of you and be explosive where that right hand can tap you on the chin. So in this one, I'm leaning towards Pavlovich in this fight. I'm not counting out Derrick Lewis by no means. We can never do that. But I think he'll stay more disciplined within himself. I think he's also a bit quicker than Lewis at this stage in his career. I think he's got more to gain with a win in this fight, and he knows that. He knows the stories of Derrick Lewis and the power that he possesses. He's seen all the tapes, and I think he's not going to go in there recklessly and take that big of a risk where he might be able to land a shot, but he could also get taken out too. I think he's going to go in and make the right shots at the right timing, and he is going to close out the show. And I think he closes out the show in either the second or the third round. I think his conditioning is also better than Lewis as well too. But again, it's Derrick Lewis. You got to be careful with Derrick Lewis because at any given moment he can take you out. But I have Pavlovich winning this fight by way of KO. What are your thoughts on this fight? Let me know in the comment section below. Who do you have winning? Let me know. If you would like to support the channel, there's a couple ways that you can do so. You can like, comment, share, subscribe, and definitely share it with a friend. If you'd like to support the channel by way of donation, you can find options in the description below. Also, my Cash App handle will be on screen as well. Any amount would be greatly appreciated and goes towards the growth of this show. If you've been watching the video this long, then do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and we'll definitely see you next time.